Redragon was nice enough to send me out their new K652 75% ultra low profile keyboard. They've sent me out the brown switches, and this is basically kind of like the midway between gaming and office because it is mechanical, but it's extremely quiet. There's 3 different ways to connect, which of course is the 2.4G dongle as well as Bluetooth and USB-C. It works on both platforms, Mac and Windows, and there's a dedicated switch on the keyboard so that you can switch it back and forth between Mac and Windows. It has an aluminum body plate at the top, aluminum top plate, and then it has a hard plastic case at the bottom. Although it does not feel cheap at all, it is very lightweight. And it is not too bad as far as the branding on the front. You got the Redragon right there in the front, and that's actually not bad at all. Moving on to the different key switches that you can get, or switches that you can get. Again, it comes with the blue clicky, it comes with the red linear. The brown tactiles are the ones that are on this keyboard, and it's 2mm travel distance. 2mm travel distance for the red, but it's 2.3mm travel distance for the blues. Now those are the clicky keys switches, so you're going to hear more of a sound or actuation sound when you're using those particular keys, which makes sense why the actuation or the distance is a little bit longer. As far as size for the keyboard, it's 5 inches deep and it's 12.5 inches wide. A little smaller than your average 75% keyboard because of the thin or the compact button layout, but it looks really, really good. And as you can see, that is a nice, relaxed style there, and it fits on any desk. The keyboard has 3 different Bluetooth connections that it can connect to, so you can connect 3 different devices at once. You also can switch back and forth between your 2.4 gigahertz dongle and your Bluetooth settings by simply using the keyboard commands there. It supports both Mac and Windows, and you do not have to change the keys because you can see that the keys have both Windows and Mac commands there, no pun intended. A full set of multimedia keys there, which makes it easy to control your multimedia, such as playback of music, watching videos and movies and things like that. You have your back, your play, pause, your forward, your mute, your volume down, volume up. So it's perfect that you have those directly on your keyboard and you don't have to go into settings to change those things. The software here, you have 3 different profiles that you can set up. You have your own macro editor in case you want to create custom mapping for your buttons. You can also customize your RGB here as well. As you can see, you can control the brightness as well as the speed of the animation, and then you can choose through the different animations here, and there is 21 different animations on this keyboard here. As you can see, the keys and the RGB is really, really subtle there. It's not, the best RGB in my opinion, but it gets the job done. And so if you're buying a keyboard strictly for RGB, this isn't going to be the one for you, but it does have enough RGB so that you're happy and you're not saying, oh, it's a dull keyboard. It looks really good. Okay, so let's look at the keyboard itself. Redragon inside of the box sends out a key puller, as a switch puller, as well as a key puller combo here, so we can look underneath the keys here to see what we got. And again, we have these low profile key switch, these low profile keys. There we go. And as you can see there, this one has command and out on it. Again, it's Windows and Mac, and you don't have to switch out keys because they have both labels on the switches there at the bottom. But one of the nice things I wanted to show you is that on the space bar here, you can see that the space bar has 2 supports as well, and so that when you're clicking on the space bar itself, you're not actually having an uneven stroke because you have your switch right there in the middle, of course, but then you have these supports right here as well for the long space bar, so that as you're pushing it, you're not getting that variance or that weird wobble, and so it's a solid click on the actual space bar itself. And you can see how low these keys are, and there's that aluminum top plate there, and this is paper thin. I mean, it's not paper thin really, but it's really, really thin. It's not a lot of noise at all. It's really quiet switch. But you have a real even stroke on that key. no matter where you do it because of those supports there. You get the same treatment on the enter key as well as the backspace. So all of your larger keys are going to have that 3 or that extra support there to make sure that that click is nice and solid. And I will tell you, that is a huge plus for a board, especially a board at this price point, because even your more expensive boards from your big brands aren't going to have these all the time. And so to find that on a quote unquote budget keyboard is a really big hit, on top of the other features that this has here. It's just a really, really big hit. Really well done by Redragon on that. Getting close to wrapping this up, Redragon also sends you out a complete second set of keys there. These don't have all of the labels on them. So if you don't like your keyboard extremely labeled with all of the function buttons and all of those different things highlighted there, you're not going to get those on those keys, because those keys are a lot more basic. And so if you're going to be using this in a more office style environment, then those keys are going to be the ones you're going to want to put on there, because you're not going to use all the extra features that this has. But it comes with a total of 7 orange keys to add a little bit of pizzazz to your keyboard there. But also Redragon is really good about sending extra switches should anything happen to your switches. So there's 4 more brown switches in there that comes along with the box. All in all, it's a good keyboard, really great value to the dollar. Let me know any thoughts or any questions you may have in the comment section below. Per usual, Redragon's done a great job with this one, and I can definitely recommend this to you all as a nice keyboard for gaming and or working from home. So as always, stay cozy in that crazy world, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.